Hello everyone, welcome back to Benjamight Gaming as I'm still working my way through Disco Elysium. So Kim and I have paired back up and we are back on the investigation. Now we ran into some new people in the last episode, two of which were right outside the inn that we've been at. There were a couple of characters that were like young guys hoping to join some pretty intense sounding gang named the Skulls. Even had some very theological explanations for some things, but they were said in a very gang kind of way, which was kind of a fun little twist. If I'm being real, I probably preferred them over Kuno. After that, we did make our way down into the fisherman's village and we started looking around there, and sure enough, I ran into apparently some old drinking buddies. They were there at the time where I basically got drunk, ran my car into the big old ice thing, and then we went back with them to the inn and did a whole bunch of drinking with them. We were calling ourselves the Tequila Sunrise, or the Sunset, I forget which it was. Interesting group of characters, definitely had a little bit of backstory to them, but it was cool to actually get like a breakdown of what happened with us at the beginning of the game, or kind of like prior to us getting into where we start in the game. So we're now over near the dock area. We ran across Joyce and talked to her a bit more, got a little bit of information, not a whole lot, but we got some new characters over here we have not seen or talked to yet, and that's exactly where we're starting off in this episode. If by some chance this is your first time finding my channel, welcome. Hope you have a fantastic time. And if you do have a really good time, it sure helps me out if you think about hitting that subscribe button for me. All right, let's not delay any longer. Continue to explore this fisherman's village and see if by some chance we can finally find Ruby. Welcome back, everybody. Oh my goodness. Day 4. We're on day 4. Now, surprisingly, I have had a couple comments. His head's like twitching back and forth. I've had a couple comments start showing up that I'm actually kind of getting close to the end of the game here, which I kind of found shocking because, like, when I look at this thing right here and I look at all these that are available, I'm like, what? I don't find all these, and what I'm beginning to wonder is if like some of these only unlock based upon the decisions that I make with the people that I interact with. For example, Hobo Cop. If I had been selecting a lot of choices where I was being Hobo Cop instead of a Superstar or whatever, maybe this one would have unlocked and the other one wouldn't have. So I could see why the game might have, you know, the option for a lot of playthroughs if somebody wanted to do that. But I was just kind of shocked. So, you know, I feel like we have done a pretty good job of keeping up on our list here and everything. So I was actually kind of excited to hear that I'm making good, steady progress, because I do not feel like I've been rushing through the game. And that's nice. You know, I never want to feel like I just blow right through something like this. Okay, I feel like out of the two kids, this lady and this lady, I feel like she's the one that'll probably have the most to say because she kind of looks important. You know, she runs the docks. So we're going to start out with the kids and see what we can learn from these guys.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
Kids, have you seen any bad people around? Hey, where's your mom? You guys look identical. Let's start with number 3.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Super cute. Yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
You're bad with kids.
The lieutenant remarks with evident glee. I am, yes. And what are you, Kidmaster General? It's impossible to be good with kids. They're too stupid. That's funny. I still wonder if he had or has a kid. Remember the girl at the bookstore and how he kept saying something about this seems familiar? I'm gonna go with number 2.
Maybe I am. Now, how about some actual police work? We are not getting anything here.
Kids, have you seen any bad people? Hey, where's your mom? Oh, come on. We're going to chat with these people. Let's ask if they've seen any bad people.
What bad people?
That's too stinking cute. One of the twins looks up, his mouth slightly open.
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is going to crack the case.
Where's your mom?
The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game.
All right. Hold on a second. Can I equip? I just had this idea. That book or whatever it was. Can I equip that? Oh. I was going to offer it to one of the kids. You know, bribe them into talking to me for, you know. Because that's totally normal, right? Okay, well, we didn't get much out of that. Now, I think I tried this door and it was locked, didn't it? Oh my goodness, looky here. We'll click this first because I get some money. Industrial coal pellets burn with an orange glow. Is this another kid? It is another kid.
Hello, mister.
A young girl, barely 4 or 5 years old, sits on the sofa. She is looking at you with frank curiosity.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
I heard there was a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you? Do you know anyone named Ruby? Where are your parents? Are the twins outside your brothers? What's that? Point at the stuffed bird hanging from the ceiling. What's that thing you're holding? Point to her toy. Let's start with that.
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
She holds the fuzzy beast up to demonstrate.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Aw, Lammy looks like he's falling apart. Lammy looks soft. Oh, okay. Well, pleased to meet you. Obviously, we're going number 3 here.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
All right, let's point to the ceiling.
It's a grouse.
She yelps, smiling broadly.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you make up for the skewer you broke.
That was my first thought. Yes, but what's it for? Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds. We're going to try number 2.
Sure, just go and get it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
What?
All right. You just need to grab it from the ceiling and go.
Okay, well, let's finish talking, I guess. That's way too cool. Okay, let's ask where the parents are.
My mom's outside. And I don't really know about my dad.
She gives you a bright smile, like it's a good thing. Are the 2 outside your brothers?
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
They look identical, right? I said the same thing.
They look identical.
She slowly processes the word, then snickers with laughter. Man, these kids are so stinking cute. Okay, do you know anyone named Ruby? We'll start with the number 1.
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
And where are the gloves now?
I hid them. The twins were going to take them.
Oh.
They're stupid.
She lifts her stuffed toy up and looks into its one remaining eye, as though searching for confirmation.
We are going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part.
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
It's not fair. Do you know anyone named Ruby?
Luby. Raluby.
Raluby. Yeah, there we go. Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in as if she's about to tell you a secret.
My mom tells me I'm a big girl. But she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or sometimes I can. But then Uller.
kids.
So stinky cute, I gotta be honest. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
First, the bird. Oh, I gotta click this first.
Motorway south.
Okay, what we get out of this one?
The lone vector stretches in your mind's eye into the wild pale yonder, for an unimaginable distance, forgetting, until you can no longer remember anything. No cities, no mountains, no oceans, and finally, no vector. Nothing remains. A blank space with no point of reference, where only one type of motion is possible. The motion of a human throat, swallowing, and then it comes to you. To reach the end of the motorway south is to be unborn. You've had this thought before, while aimlessly wandering the streets of Jamrock. A lost piece of the man you were. A dark hope.
Bonuses. Ooh, we get to unlock some white checks. The swallowing motion. There for a second, I thought I had gotten a new one. Okay, well, we do still have one spot here available. Okay, so we know where the gloves are at. You found another one. Okay, I'm so glad that I can replace that. Assuming I can just take it down without... Okay, I didn't know if I'd have to, like, roll and try to make a jump for it. Dude's worth $13, though. The dead body of a grouse stuffed with some unknown material. From a distance, it might just pass off as the real thing. The bird itself looks extremely ruffled and slightly grumpy. Well, that sounds like something he would appreciate for sure. Very fun. Look at all the jars. Interesting. Okay, so she said there's a sandcastle back here. Ooh, this must be it here.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Broken. Reach into the catacombs and pull out the shiny object. I guess number 2.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Check that out. Can I wear them? Yo, I actually could put these on. Clenching and unclenching your fist has never been so fun. The tiny ceramic plates make a lovely clicking sound when your fingers move. The gloves are a bit sandy, but the grip is phenomenal. What these give me? Half-light. Interfacing. Where do I stand on these? Half-light I know is low. Interface. Oh, they're the same. I do feel like interfacing is like something that comes up a lot more. Pick locks and pockets. I got 4 points. I haven't put in anything yet. Okay. Fisherman's Village. Okay, so we still got the church up here to go to. I guess I have been through all this over here. I've been through here. We came across to the fisherman's shack. Okay. I don't know if we get to like sail across here to whatever this looks like, some old rundown building over here or something, but I don't know. Okay, so we got the stuffed bird to take back. We will definitely be doing that. I think that's really cool. We'll try to do that in this episode. The smoker, we know where the smoker's at. Maybe we'll go talk to him real quick, see if we can move this quest along. Ask about Ruby. Find the murder weapon. That reminds me, we found a bullet, but I didn't really take a look at it. Well, I thought I did. No, that's die. I could have swore I found a bullet as an item somewhere. I noticed it when I was editing. Yeah, I did. It was when I found the wine. Okay. Oh, here it is, right here. You've got 1 bullet. Oh. I didn't realize that I have a bullet slot. I have no gun. Maybe that means we'll find it. Find mine. Okay. Let's put on the bag here. Oh, I saw this over here. I wasn't sure if maybe not having the bag on wasn't letting me try to pick that up. Okay, I think he was... Where did we see him? There he is, right there. How do we go about getting up there? The beams are splintered. The bridge didn't collapse on its own. Artillery broke this. Okay, I double-clicked up on the dock. Let's see where he runs to get all the way up there. Oh, we got somebody over there. We got a lot of stuff we can click over there. Little shack. Oh, yeah, we got lots of spaces over here to still look at. Oh, yeah. Not to mention this huge building here. What's this? +2 to logic. It's a Pippo. Don't know exactly what a Pippo means, but there we go. Look who it is.
As you approach, the man turns and greets you with a polite wave. He appears completely at ease, like a common holidaymaker.
Ah, super. It's the officer. I was not expecting to run into you again, but things have a funny way of turning out, no? What brings you down to the scenic Martinez coast?
Actually, I was wondering what you're doing down here. I need you to help form a committee. I'm trying to assign la responsabilité. I'm going with number 2.
My friend, if it's la responsabilité you're after, I have good news for you. There's no need to form such a committee, because it already exists.
God, of course it does. These moral intern types.
The Comité de Responsabilité de Revachol. It acts as a sort of clearinghouse for coalition activities. To put it simply, they are the ultimate arbiters of la responsabilité in this part of the world.
Yes, this is just the sort of reasonable authority you're looking for.
I would offer to connect you with the committee myself, but alas, I am not actually in Martinez.
What? Where is he then? You knew there was something strange about this one.
He's an astral projection?
Astral projection. A bureaucratic phantasm.
Oh, please tell me I can run with this.
He's speaking figuratively. He means he's not in Martinez in his official...
Bummer. What are you talking about? I'm looking right at you. Attempt to stick your finger through his astral form. I got it. You're only here on personal business. Oh, we're going number 2.
Mais que faites-vous, officer?
Our character actually goes and touches him. Your hand bumps up against the man's solid, if somewhat fleshy chest.
Yes, I was wondering the same thing. What are you doing?
He said he wasn't really here. I had to make sure he wasn't an astral project. I'm not even reading the other one.
No, don't be silly. We're simply speaking in an informal capacity. Officially, I am still in La Delta, preparing for an upcoming conference on fuel oil derivatives.
That was so funny.
That's why it would be extremely irregular, or potentially even inappropriate for me to intercede with the committee concerning a district I'm not officially in.
Makes sense. But this is an urgent matter. I need to get in touch with the committee. How am I supposed to contact the committee then? Are you saying I should just give up? Number 2.
Well, under ordinary circumstances, the committee contacts you.
In other words, the committee only knows what it wants to know.
But if you have information of a vital interest, they might be willing to entertain an exception. In which case, I would advise you to contact them via Coalition Warship Archer.
What's CWA?
Officer, you mean to say that you haven't noticed the giant coalition aerostatic peacefully patrolling the skies over Rivachol?
Nope.
You follow the man's gaze out toward the west. There, hanging some distance above the horizon, you can just make out a strange silhouette. It looks to your eye like some kind of long metallic fish suspended beneath a number of ceiling fans. Not just any fish. It moves like some ancient bottom feeder gliding over the ocean floor in search of prey.
It's amazing. An inspiring symbol. It looks like a fish. Huh. Can't believe I never noticed it before. I can't even really see it. All the text is kind of covering it up. Whatever it is that is supposed to be moving. I mean, it does sound kind of cool. I'm going number 1.
Isn't it? A triumph of both technical ingenuity and international cooperation. I, for one, feel much safer knowing it's up there watching all of us.
Why do I need to go through the Archer to speak to a committee? So how does one go about contacting... I guess we'll go with number 1 first.
You see, in addition to being an airborne artillery platform, Coalition Warship Archer is also the linchpin of the Coalition's surveillance and communications infrastructure in Revachol.
Hold on, it's watching us too?
And listening. It has the most objective vantage point in the entire city. Not to mention a vast array of radio, photographic, and meteorological monitoring instruments.
You'd think they would have seen what took place then.
I find it a great comfort to know there are benevolent powers watching over all, in strict accordance with the Wayfarer Act and the Bristol-Mune Convention.
Okay, so how do we contact them?
This is quite the problem. Very tricky. Of course, the Archer has orders to fire on any unidentified aerostatics that might approach it, so it might be safer to get in touch from the ground. But in that case, you would require a radio transmitter capable of broadcasting on coalition frequencies. And that kind of technology naturally isn't typically available for non-coalition use. Yes, it is a bit of a conundrum.
I'd say.
I suppose there might be some way to circuit bend your way onto those frequencies, but you'd have to be one of those techno-tinkerers to do it.
Do you know any of these tinkerers? Is that legal? So what am I supposed to do? I'm going to start with number 2.
Unauthorized circuit bending is a very serious matter with grave security implications. But as of the moment, there is no specific law forbidding it.
Okay.
In Revachol, at least.
Ah, good. Techno-tinkerers. Just what this side task was missing.
Let me just say that I have complete confidence in the RCM. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
All right, we'll go with number 1 now.
Well, that's très simple. I was visiting the fishing village just north of here. They have applied for a series of microloans to revitalize the old market. And, well, I wished to see the situation firsthand. And then, well, I had some extra time on my hands, so I decided to stroll down here. It's quite peaceful, isn't it?
It's raining. Look around. Yeah, it's lovely. It's not quite my scene. Actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you. I mean, the place is kind of like all busted up and stuff, but let's try number 1. We'll be nice.
Yes. There's nothing like a stroll along the coast to lift one's spirits. Ah bon? I'm all ears, officer.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Always my pleasure to be of assistance to the RCM. Godspeed, and if we don't meet again, bonne chance.
Just what this side quest needed. Kim, you have no imagination, my friend. Okay, we'll take both of those. That's 20 cents I can go deposit. All right, let's see, can we... a door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? The door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. What if I put this bad boy on? Can I pry those off there? Nope. Okay, well that's interesting. At least we found that guy. to think there's been something like hovering above us this whole time. Oh. I was going to try to zoom out as far as I could, see if we saw anything. The sign says interdite? Old ticket taker booth, no longer in operation. Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of this shaded bench, covered in rust. Is this another painting opportunity? People paid money to park here? No one would pay now.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Yo, you're right. Look at all these. Surely this was due to like heavy artillery or something from back in the day. Look, Kim, even more bullet holes. Something's definitely gone down here.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual, even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
We're going to say nothing and just nod.
The lieutenant also nods. It is quite a scene. The two of you standing next to the broken wall of an abandoned building, nodding along.
Oh, yeah. You know we're going to.
The lieutenant is nodding so hard it looks like his head is about to snap off his neck.
We're not going to stop.
The lieutenant matches your nodding pace. He's a true professional at this.
I just picture both these guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay.
The nodding's reaching critical mass. You can't take this much longer, Captain.
Keep nodding. Stay the course.
A small bead of sweat runs down the side of the lieutenant's face as he maintains his nodding.
One more nod.
As the lieutenant takes out her handkerchief and softly taps the sweat off his temple, a faint crack echoes through the coast.
Oh no.
Abort! Abort! No. Shit, it's too late.
I had a feeling I was going to get hurt somewhere through there.
Busted the neck, did you? Glad I stopped when I did. My neck was really starting to hurt. Don't worry, little man. Now, we should get going.
Oh man, that's so random. I love stuff like that. I feel like there was a good chunk of that like at the beginning of the game, and it's only been like sprinkled since then. I would have loved for that to have been like just like 50% serious stuff, 50% just silly abnormal things that you can do. I would have loved that, but I realize they do got a story they got to try to tell. Okay. Visual calculus. Let me see if there's anything else I can put on. I cracked my neck. Wow. That's some serious nodding. Okay, I'm looking for visual. Right there. Yep. We'll go with that. Okay, I think that's everything.
A scattering of bullet
All right, where are we at?
spread across
83%. That sounds pretty good.
reaching from one corner to a row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound. No movement.
Look at this. It looks like we got like almost like a firing squad or something going on here.
10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side.
I mean, look at these guys. These guys are already beat up. This guy has no shoes. This guy's missing a foot. This guy's got a sling with a bandage on his head. Like, these are not like people in good shape at all.
Droplets of rain fall on the wooden planks, the surrounding sand dunes. The clouds block out any rays of light. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains.
What is this?
The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
It sure does. Look at the people against the wall. Look at the line of soldiers. Look at the person standing on the side. Kim, who was who in this execution? All right, we'll start at the top one.
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them.
Who were they?
Leeches, fleas, and thieves, all the freeloader scum living off the hard work of others. Such is your belief.
All right, let's look at the soldiers.
7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one?
All right, person stand by themselves.
The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
All right, we'll talk to Kim.
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. It could even have been the employees of the failed R&D center down the coast, as their building was taken over by the revolutionaries.
Or maybe...
What about people from the coalition, the so-called moralists?
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
That was wild. I didn't expect that at all. Huh. Very cool. We had a good roll. Alright. I'm definitely going to need some more health stuff here soon, though. I'm starting to run low. The boathouse is shoddily constructed. A strong breeze might blow it over. Can I go out, like, into these woods? Nope, that's water over there, isn't it? This looks old and busted. Oh, man. More stuff for morale. I need some health stuff. Okay, we did get some new glasses, though. I do want to put this back on. I think I look cool with that. Okay. We got here. No boat in the boathouse today. This section of the coast hasn't been used in decades. Could be a good hiding spot. Just saying. Oh, looky over here. Could that be our zoologist or whatever the name of the character was that was supposed to be like looking for make-believe stuff? Boya Bob in the water. The number on it is 11.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
Wait, I can't see anything interesting. What about this? Okay, we'll hit wait first.
You don't have a reason to. Yet.
Yeah. Oh, good to know.
Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water. Time to go.
That might be good to know for later. These soggy logs smell ignite fluid. Still, they won't light. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes, crumbling. Oh my goodness, those things are huge. Take that. It's almost impossible to get a fire going this near the ocean. That makes sense. Tiny cages, carefully constructed. Let's start with this guy, because he's probably the main character over here.
Hello, I'm Gary. How do you do, officer? Yellow man. I mean, officer.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about after a little probing first.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates? This man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
I'm neither of those things, I can assure you. I'm a by-the-books, clean-as-a-whistle officer of the law. I'm not even tempted to touch intoxicants. Well, it's true. I've been resisting so far. Drunks and degenerates, that's my crew. Sadly, I think I might be a drunk, or a degenerate. Maybe even both. Nobody's perfect. I'm sure you've been tempted to drink. Pretend that we are virtue. Yeah, we'll probably get more information. We'll go with number 1.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
His gaze shifts to the pile of soggy logs at his feet.
He pronounces Revacol with a hard K, unlike other people.
You said Ravacol.
I like to pronounce it the hard way, the old way, the Vespertine way.
Interesting.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's odd. It's a secret rite. A very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Do you know anything about the man hanging behind the whirling in rags? Is this your mug? Hold up the yellow man mug. Are you the cryptozoologist? That's what it was, cryptozoologist. You were surprised to see my colleague. Thank you. I guess we'll just start here at the top.
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange. He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
Oh. Maybe the reason these guys are staying gone so long is because they know something they don't want to be found? Or at least maybe him. All right, let's ask about the mug.
My mug? Why would you think that?
You said Yellow Man. That's not something many people go around saying. It seemed as if you were calling too longingly when you cried Yellow Man. I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes. I was going to say number 1, but number 3's kind of got me wondering. Let's go with number 1.
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone.
Still seems suspicious. Did I mention that the mug was found at the scene of the lynching? All right, I believe you. We're going number 1.
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
He pauses.
You're not going to find me, are you?
Ooh, look at this. I am. Rip out a fine slip for 20 Royale. For 100. For 250. The maximum. Nah, Gary, I just want information. I mean, so he's in trouble for throwing personal trash in the business's bin. That's what he's in trouble for, right? Not like he was trying to contaminate the crime or cause any kind of issues like that. I'm gonna go maximum.
Oh, God. 250? How am I gonna pay that?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll work harder. I'll pay it off. I promise.
Wow.
This is a considerable expense to him. 1 month's wage, most likely.
Probably for me too, man.
And I'll never do it again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
How did you get into the trash container? Gary, did you put the clothes of the murder victim, the man who was hanging behind the willing and rags, into the trash can? Will I get to ask both these? I'm going to start with number 1.
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Oh, why would you need there?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob.
Well, it just cost you 250 Royale, buddy.
I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Well, all right, we'll ask if he put the clothes in there.
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Yes. What happened? Okay, then what happened? Number 2.
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
He changes his mind mid-sentence.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before.
What
But
was
where?
that? That was really odd. What's that strange sound? You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you? We're going to ask about sound.
What sound?
That clinking I just heard when you moved. Don't mess with me. I think you know what I'm talking about. Number 1.
Really?
He fans his arms out slowly, and this time, his motions are soundless.
There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
Yeah, that was a really weird sound. It was loud, too. And it is not one that I've heard so far in this whole playthrough. Okay, number 4.
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
28. Clinking sound. Interesting. I would have thought the other guy would be the one with more conversation because it would connect to the lady inside the inn. Finding out this is the guy that did all the stuff with the trash and stuff, I was not expecting that at all. Well, I might have some composure stuff I can put on, but I'm not going to check that just yet. Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
All right. You were surprised about Kim.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next racist will be a really good one?
Yes.
Well, this is that racist.
Yes, our lucky racist. Will you grant us 3 wishes? Are you Gary? Are you a racist? I don't know. I like the previous racist better. He's nothing compared to Measurehead. I want to say that I picked number 1 or something like that, or Lucky last time, so we'll go with that one.
Hey, man, all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
Do you have a problem with Sealites? The lieutenant is a native of Ravishall. Yes, what are they doing? All right, we're going to go with number 2.
Oh, yes, of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
Okay, well, that didn't benefit us at all there. Let's go talk to him, and we'll come back and take a shot at this before we leave here, maybe. Wow. Definitely some unexpected twists there.
Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Yeah, you can see it. There's like almost looks like a can with like a net. Looks like you're... Oh, I guess maybe there's a hole here, and maybe you go in and you get captured on the net, because it looks like there's a backside to this. Interesting.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Oh, you don't seem too happy to see the RCM. Lena sent me. She's been worried about you and is waiting for you to get back. We're going number 2.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the AL-81.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage, but it's fixed now. You can go back. The water lock's been fixed. It will be fine to cross. Withhold the whole story. He probably doesn't need to know the story, so we're just going to go with number 2.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary! We can go soon! If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
He refastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind. I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen a woman with red hair who seemed to be on the run? Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for. Tell me about these traps. Lena seems pretty eager for you to return. How did you become a cryptozoologist? Oh, have you noticed anything off about your friend Gary? Let's try that one.
No. No, of course not. Why?
Are you sure?
Well, he's been a little unenthusiastic about the trip. More so than usual. But that's understandable. He just wants to get home and warm up.
He doesn't want to say it, but this is unusual. Gary's been to the jungle with him, to places way more challenging than the coast. Why so eager to go home?
Interesting. Okay. Let's go with number 1.
I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days, looking for signs of insect activity. I'm less interested in mammalian concerns, to be perfectly honest.
The lieutenant takes a short note in his notebook, then gestures for you to proceed.
All right. Tell me about this phasmid.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
What makes it so difficult to find? How big is it? Why are you so interested in this stick bug? It doesn't seem to be a colorful use as some of the others. What have you discovered? I'm expecting Kim to chime in here at some point, so we'll just start at the top one.
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
What sort of specialized techniques?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolve, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this phasmid.
How big is it? Well, I mean, it couldn't be too big. Look at the size of these bottles down here.
I'm expecting it to be quite giant.
Really?
Unknown species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
I think he needs a bigger... Well, I guess if you kind of compare it to the size of his arm... Okay, maybe these are bigger than what I realized. Why are you so interested in them?
typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
He shakes his head. What have you discovered so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
The cryptozoologist says, briskly enough that even he seems taken back by it.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Lena said there has been a sighting here in Martinez. Maybe has died out. Number one.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Have they died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis. Yes. The females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
Of course is what Kim's thinking. Of course they can. That's pretty clever. Females reproducing without males? A travesty. A crime against passion and common sense. This arouses no special feelings to me. I'm going with number two.
Nature does not concern herself with ethical propositions. As a scientist, my interest is strictly dispassionate.
That's funny. Tell me about the traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
She designed them?
Yes.
He says with some pride. How do they work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out.
Oh, so he's trying to say he gets in here, eats too much, and then can't fit out the other end. That's funny.
At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What are you using for bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course, but we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
A carnivorous stick insect? seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
Just in case. It's like, if it's got all of this out here to choose from, why would it crawl in here? Unless you're putting something in there that it's really going to like. Okay, what will you do with these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
Yes. What?
Okay, Lena seems pretty eager.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
I was going to say, she'd probably be like, oh, okay, I just want to know he was fine.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena. Come on, you're doing this for yourself, not her. I could see either one of these. I'm going to go with number one, though.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
Really? She sighted the phasmid? She didn't tell me that.
Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Unless she lied. You think she might have... You think it's possible that maybe she lied to gain his attention? She doesn't seem like the kind of person that would do that, but, you know, she's also... Maybe she was getting desperate because, you know, her condition or situation. I don't know.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
Yeah.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Another cough into his fist this time. Yeah, he doesn't sound like he's doing all that great, does he? Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, and come back and check on your traps later. You should just give up on the bug. Okay, I understand. I don't give up on things either. I was going to go with number one, but number 3 is kind of nice and supportive, but he doesn't sound like he's doing well. I'm going with number 1.
No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
I mean, like, it's not that far away. I don't think he's going to get here and starve in a 30-minute or a 1-hour time zone, right?
He's dead set on this.
What if we check the traps for you? I don't know if that's a good idea. Number 5.
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
Right? So you're living your childhood dream out here. Why not just be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too. Have you ever discovered a cryptid? Thanks for explaining. Number 2.
Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
I don't. It's a profession just like any other. Honestly, being a cryptozoologist trumps most of the garbage I've seen people do. Cryptozoology does seem a lot like wishful thinking. I'm sure that's what Kim would pick. I'm going to go with number 2.
My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
Has anything truly surprising ever happened to you?
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid, although I have come close. Close enough to keep trying.
Interesting. Something for later, this close call.
So you're living out your childhood dream.
It's not child's play. Just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
Okay, what kind of evidence do you use?
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the Phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists don't.
You think other scientists don't listen to ordinary people enough?
Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration, not real research, and certainly not the truth. They're a cowardly lot, and both the field and basement archives can be dangerous places.
So have you never discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
So how many cryptids have been found?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemnee, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes.
Oh my goodness.
2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
Only 2 have been proven to be real?
Yes, the Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Yugograd, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
2 out of 4,000 is not even 1%. Not approvingly. Then the Insulinden Phasmid will be the 3rd. I don't even know what to say. That's a small number of discoveries. I'm going number 2.
Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
Thanks for explaining.
Yes?
Okay. Let's talk about specific cryptids. Oh, Kim's totally going to chime in.
All right. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what.
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it. You need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena or his friend Gary. He won't just talk.
Oh my goodness. These things are just so... 2 out of 4,000. That's hilarious. I know this drives Kim nuts. It's the only reason I'm thinking about clicking on some of these, just to see if he chimes in. Which cryptid did you almost catch? You said before you almost caught one. I know about the most dangerous cryptid, the Gnome of Jeroma. I know about the biggest. Just tell me about a cool cryptid. Any cryptid. Enough tales. Let's change the subject. Let's go to number 1.
A willow person. It's a long story. One non-specialist would find rather dull.
Willow people? Not at all.
What are willow people?
They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals, as they seem to have evolved directly from trees.
He says it in a self-explanatory, everyday manner.
They're very, very thin, almost flat in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily, wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not too dissimilar from the Phasmid we're looking for here.
Wait, so I may have seen these willow people without knowing it?
You probably have.
How did you almost catch a willow?
Gary and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paint. It was a bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself.
That's clever.
After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow, dashing through the grove.
And then?
I chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
A lavender shadow.
I know you think we were snacking on funny mushrooms. It's easier to mock someone than to admit that the world might be more interesting than you've imagined. Furthermore, I'm not saying it was a confirmed sighting. I'm painfully aware of what goes into verifying such things. There is a serious possibility that I saw a squirrel or a trick of the light. I am my own harshest critic.
He makes it a real point here to sound falsifiable.
And Lena's sighting of Phasmid, is that... And that's left open. Let's talk about number 1.
Confirmed. It's 100% verified and meets all the standards of an authentic cryptid sighting.
Interesting. He might give us more information about these other ones. If there was the Mamadaku in here, I'd have probably clicked on that one. But we're gonna say that's enough and change the subject. I want to get back over here and talk to this guy some more. I want to see what he says to this.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Cryptozoology and detective work are very similar. Chaos is my method, and I'm a scion. We're looking for someone hiding on this very coast. Looking for another thing may lead us to her. I'm all in with the cryptids. I'm hooked. Oh, that's funny. Which one is most likely to trigger Kim? That's all I'm asking myself. I think number 4.
Caught the bug, I see. It's easier to get caught up in the search than you'd imagine.
My partner was joking. We are on a search of our own. It wouldn't hurt to check the reeds while we're at it. I assume that's what we'll be doing?
Oh yes, officer. Very much so. The traps are all in the reeds. That is where we expect the Phasmid to prowl.
Where are these traps? What do I do if there's a Phasmid in one of the traps? What if I encounter the Phasmid in the wild? Number 2.
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
Where's the traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower. After the third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them...
He gestures to the trap in front of him.
You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
What if I encounter the Phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed.
Oh!
It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me. Lay it on me thick. Present your armpits. I don't want this. Thank you very much. Oh, man. We absolutely... Lay it on thick, baby. He douses you with the odd-smelling spray. A double helping as you present your other armpit, and then gives you a satisfying nod.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
Kim, you want sprayed too?
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
Man, I really wish they'd, give you the option to see ask him if he wants to be sprayed. I'm ready. Let's get to it.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted. and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
Okay, I'll get going. That's so funny. Okay, what was it? Composure? I think composure is what I needed for that conversation. So let me see if I got anything I can put on. No, I don't have anything extra for composure. Okay. That was interesting. All right, oh, hold on. Let's say first. Not that I'm going to like reset if I fail, but if for some reason I take like 2 damages and it's game over, I want to make sure I'm like right here. I got lots of points I can put in.
Very generous of you to help us.
Yo, there we go.
out,
42%.
I can't.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Ooh. His massive musculature. Something worn underneath it. I'm going number 2.
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other.
That's what we
resembling
heard.
pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
I see you're connoisseur of high quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once.
He unbuttons the shirt.
I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates cover his torso.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth. This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
No, you've got explaining to do.
You tell, Kim. Give me that armor. Now, why did you really put those clothes in the trash? Why did you lie to me? Do you know who killed the hanged man? I hope I get to ask all these. I'm going to assume that I do. So we're going to start with the top one.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat.
Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have...
Now, the boots were still on him, so, he could have taken the boots. He made it sound like that was the only piece left.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire. He's not trying to flatter anyone.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so f***ing sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly. It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go with number 4. I mean, we kind of understand why he lied, but we're going to go with number 4.
I always thought it was the Union. Some Union hardasses lynched him because of the strike. But almost everyone in town knows that. I wish I could tell you more.
He shakes his head.
This is all he knows.
Okay, let's see if anything happens out of this.
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you. But
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
Are we done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
Thank you for cooperation. We got a good roll on that one. My goodness. Wow, we're making some really good progress. Okay. So is it here? It is a piece here too. Pain threshold. Nice. Empathy goes down, but the other stuff stays up. Nice. I have 5 points. And I'm almost to a 6th one. Interesting. I don't think I have any... Yeah, I don't have anything new here I could put on, so... Alright, so he said check the traps, but come back to this one last. There was one down by the boathouse, he said. Does it light up with the... Aha, right there.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Look around.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently.
Reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
That's right. I was hoping it would be in the first one. I figured it wouldn't be. No need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm helping some citizens and getting some fresh air. It'll be the next one, surely. Say nothing, just put the trap down. I mean, I don't think the first one. Number 2 sounds like I don't believe in it. I'm really trying to keep Kim thinking I believe in all this. I guess I'll go with number 3 then.
Surely.
Oh, I thought that's all he was going to say. He's usually a man of so few words when it comes to these things. Okay, I guess we can check this one now since we're right here.
This is the trap Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. But
Look around.
the reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
Lieutenant takes out. See how short of a response that was? Okay, let's keep going. The next one is the lucky one. How are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant? I'm quite enjoying it myself. I want to make it clear that I don't actually believe. Say nothing. So this one I want to go with number 1.
Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it. These are just crab traps, you do realize.
Where's your imagination? So funny. Okay, I remember the area that he described for one of the others, but then there's one in a place that I don't know at all, so that's the one I'm planning on saving for last. Fence blocks a path. No way from here. Another power box. It charges nothing now. It's empty. Okay. Guess we'll take a look at this.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Number 1.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Turn away. Can I talk to these two?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blind man stands next to his son, pointing to the weathered-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Hold on. Hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Wait, what was that about Windows before?
Oh, yes. So, Mikhail, they had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
I see. You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching his worm-themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
He points to the building again.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
What?
Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
I wonder if I still had that. Remember that cube I got like really early in the playthrough? I wonder if I still had that, if it's something I could have passed him here. I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around here? What's so fascinating about an empty old building? You look like someone who has money. Do you have money? Great, thank you for all the interesting information. We'll go with number one.
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
He pats his son's head.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
Okay. What's so fascinating about an empty old building? I feel like he was just talking about this, but we'll go for it.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes. Springtime sun warming his handsome face. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you.
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
We know what R&D is. Look at the building looming over you. Wait, what's an R&D department? I don't think I ever heard of the field. I'm going to go with number 3 on this one.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
He adjusts his suit jacket.
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve. I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins.
I was over here, I was like, ooh, there's a ladder. I wonder if I could climb it, but it doesn't look very safe. He pauses, pointing to the other building.
All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
You're saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk, look under your feet. What happened to the engineers, the company people? What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tapes? How did those tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers? I want to ask, I'm going to check with number 4.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
He raises his fingers, remembering something.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Humpty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
Mm-hmm.
He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
It's so funny. I just had somebody leave me a comment today saying, hey, if you by some chance get to internalize, and they typed Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, and I was like, what in the world is that? Do it because it's absolutely worth it. So the fact that it just popped up here, I was like, oh my goodness, it's here. Okay, the Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center. Paul, Keith, guys, what are you talking about? Okay, back to where we went. Number 1.
The Humpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making this up. Turn to Lieutenant. Kim, is he making this up? Come on, there's no place called the Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center. I'm going to try number 1.
In fact, I'm not. The Humpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
He clears his throat.
But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool. I've seen a cooler thing than that. The RCM should get some of these. I've seen cooler things than that. I don't know what I would put down or what he would refer to with that. I'm going to try it, though.
I certainly haven't. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The failed playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07.
Wait, the payback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Felt Playback Experience, but those are incorrect.
Why did they destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
Okay, I think this is where I'm going to have to end this one. So let's see. I want to ask about something else.
What else?
Thank you.
No,
we'll come
thanks
back.
to you for having me and little Mikael here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking.
I would totally agree. Okay, so before I forget, let's go ahead and get this going. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center. 42 minutes. That's not bad at all. That might be done before we even finish our conversation with this guy. Okay, so on the next episode, we'll finish getting whatever information we can out of this guy. And then we still got some areas to explore. Obviously, I'm going to check the other 2 traps. We got to go back and talk to Lena. We got to give the bird that we got over to Gart. So many, I feel like we're like wrapping up some of these quest lines that have been here for a while, which is really cool. And no sign of Ruby yet, and nobody has seen anyone suspicious. So we'll just keep exploring over here. That's going to be it for this one, though. Until next time, continue to be safe out there, and I will see you on the next one.